What's up, my guy?
Lex.
Ready
Josh, what's good, bro?
Let's get it done, baby.
What's going on? How you been, bro?
Good, bro. How are you?
How's everything? You ready? Ready to get fresh?
Let's get it done, baby.
Yeah? You ready? You ready?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Get sharp. Let's get sharp. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Woo! That was fire, bro.
What's up, guys? This is BigWave Barbershop Podcast with Lex the Guru and my guy, Josh Cohen. Dude, I've been dying to have you here.
Thanks for having me on, bro. It's been a long time coming. I mean, I've been coming to you for about 5 years now. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, bro.
5 years, bro. I mean, you've given me the best haircuts I ever got in my life, bro.
I greatly appreciate you.
I've driven back sometimes 5 hours to come get a cut for you before I go on TV. So
I remember you calling me saying, "Hey, Lex, I'm on my way. I'm on the flight right now. I'll be there in 3 hours. Have that chair open." I'm like, "I got you, brother." No problem.
you always got a chair open for me, and you know we built a great relationship. And
yes, sir.
Thanks for having me on, bro.
Not a problem. My boy Josh has been doing this for a very long time. Does a lot for the community. Plays basketball at a very high level. Josh, let him know what you're doing.
Right now, my first year of professional basketball. I'm just kind of figuring out where I'm going to be. I'm training for the G League draft on October 25th to see kind of where I go from there. I played 6 years at the Division I level, 4 years at St. Francis of Pennsylvania. I played a year at University of Massachusetts. Then I just finished up my last year in California at the University of Southern California. So it's been a great time throughout the years. Got to meet great people like Lex. And we built a great relationship, and I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome, man. And how long have you been playing the game of basketball, man? Like, is this something that just slowly transcended, or you just worked very hard at it, or is it just one of those, you have a natural gifted talent, man?
I mean, to be honest with you, my dad played in college, so it was kind of like basketball or nothing. I played a bunch of sports growing up, but basketball was my main sport. Got to train under him my whole entire life until I went to high school. And then when I went to high school, he was like, "All right, it's time. You go off on your own." So I played for multiple different AU teams, high school teams, and got to be able to live out the dream in college.
What was college like for you? How was that?
College was crazy, bro. I mean, I played at St. Francis University, a little school in Loretto, Pennsylvania. When I first committed there, nobody even really knew where it was or who it was. But I trusted in my faith, and I went to St. Francis. It was the greatest 4 years of my life. It was a really small town. We didn't have the bells, the whistles, the everything, but we had a great community and culture, and that's my family. Got to play there for 4 years. Won Player of the Year. Was 10th in this country in scoring my senior year. And
Nice.
Then left and went to UMass. Did great things there. We won 20 games for the first time in 15 years, and got a chance to go play at a higher level than that, and went to play for Coach Musselman at USC, and every game was on national TV, and the lights were bright, and we had a blast, man. It was a great time in college.
Awesome. And you also mentioned a while ago that you were a top 10. I believe he was top 10 golden players.
Yeah, I was top 10 in the country in scoring, but I was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar watch list player.
Wow.
Oscar Robertson award watch list. I mean, I was on a lot of award watch lists, and won a couple of awards in college, and it was really fun.
And those dynamics when you were achieving these goals, what was your motive behind it? Like what drove you to keep going?
Well, I found my faith in college, and Jesus gave me a platform.
Amen.
To show his worth, man. And I was really blessed, and I got to play on a great stage. And my sophomore year, well, really my redshirt freshman year, was the first year I played. And my grandfather got to watch that whole year during COVID. And then he passed away going into my junior year. And he always said that he wanted to see me score more. Always would say that. I'd call him, "Grandpa, what's going on?" And we'd be talking. Like, "Yeah, you always love to score. You're a great scorer. Why don't you score more?" And he passed away before my junior year at St. Francis. And from there on, I kind of took off. I was a most improved player of the year. Then I went player of the year, and I was 10th in the country in scoring. So, I kind of set out to, a goal to score more, and did it. And my grandfather and my family were a huge driver. I've had unbelievable support from my family throughout my career, and from people like you and your guys' Barbershop, and it's been really cool to see the community get behind it, and now I'm just looking for that next adventure.
Yeah, the community definitely supports you at a very high level. We appreciate you for giving back and being a part of our neighborhood and our community. I think it's very important to show that leadership, and you carry that leadership role very well. Yeah, Josh. So the last time I spoke to you, bro, you were saying that you were headed to Switzerland, and I had cut you before you had flew out, and then maybe not even a week or two later, you gave me a call and was saying, "Hey, listen, I'm coming back home. I got an opportunity." Now, what is that opportunity?
So yeah, I was in Switzerland for only 5 days. It was a good opportunity while I was there, but I had gotten a call that back home that I would have a chance to play in the G League, and I wanted to kind of fulfill that. And it's always been my dream to play here and make it to the NBA, obviously. And now I'm kind of getting that chance with local player tryouts and being in the G League draft and doing workouts all throughout the country and trying to see where I fit. And right now I'm playing a waiting game. It's one of those transition points in my life where I was playing 6 years in college, and now I'm just some regular dude training at Lifetime Fitness and with all my basketball trainers, and I'm just waiting until the 25th.
Wait until the 25th, and what's the reaction after you go? How do you feel about it?
I feel great, man. It's good to be back home, good to be around the family. I've been gone for 6 years, just all throughout the country, and now it's good to finally be here. It's my first fall in New Jersey in 7-8 years, so it's good to be back around and just getting geared up and ready to go.
So what was like the coach's reaction in Switzerland before you decided to make that decision to say, hey, you know what, Switzerland's not for me?
It wasn't a great reaction, obviously. Me and him had built a great rapport, but he ultimately understood that what I was doing going home was what was best for me. And you'll see it all the time in professional sports. I mean, you guys see it in your profession all the time. I mean, sometimes what's best for your client or for even yourself, it's not being in the same place for too long.
Right.
And being in Europe for me, I would have been there 5 to 10 years, where I didn't really want to raise my family over there. So coming back over here, I now have a chance to grow myself here in America and be around my parents and be around my family, go to Thanksgiving, go to Christmas. And, I'm a family guy, so being home is what's best for me. And ultimately, he understood that.
Yeah, dude. So it's pretty exciting to see you when you're on the court playing, man. And I'm on TV and I'm watching you play. Dude, you play at a very high level. How intense is it for you when there's a few seconds left on the clock, you're down by 2, and the ball has to go to you? How does that feel?
I mean, it's a different mentality. I've hit a couple game winners in college, and I've missed a couple, but it's honestly there's no greater feeling than hitting a game winner or being able to win it for your team, and there's so much preparation and time that goes into every game. So, just getting an opportunity to win it for my team is everything.
And what about those down moments, like when you don't make that shot? How do you react? How does your team react?
You just go back into your preparation. You know what I mean? Like I say it all the time. Like kids these days, they think that LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kobe, Michael, they all just were good at basketball. They didn't put any work or anything like that into it, and it's just so far from the truth. Like it takes so many hours in the gym to be great. One time I had a college coach. I was getting recruited when I was 17. And he had called me and he said, "How many hours did you work out this week?" I said 8. I said we practice every day. It was a Thursday. He called me, so we practiced 4 days. And I said, hey, I practice 8 hours. And he was like, "No, how many hours did you practice on your own?" And I actually stopped and I was like, "Well, we had practice, for 2 hours a day." And he was like, "Well, everybody, it applies to life. Everybody does their normal job. Everyone is practicing 2 hours a day. It's the guys that are in there for an extra 30 minutes, 20 minutes." Hour, 2 hours that make the difference, and over time that 20, 30
so like
minutes
that mama
stacks up.
mentality, right? That
Yeah.
mama mentality.
That's that mama mentality. Mama mentality is a little bit different. Mama mentality is up at 4:50, doing his workout by 5 o'clock, and he's having coffee at 7, and then he's going back for a workout at 9, and that's why he was probably a top 5 greatest player of all time. So
well, that's how you become a leader, right?
yeah.
You drive that to the next level. Now, when these guys are engaging with you, when other players are engaging with you, especially your teammates, how do you guys push each other day in and day out, especially behind closed doors when the cameras aren't on you guys, and how do you connect with your teammates in general?
I heard this all the time, like throughout my years in college, of sweat equity, and putting it in time with your brothers, putting in that time, putting in that hard work, and just like every day, all that sweat equity builds up to a final product. And when you're working hard next to a guy every day for 180 days, getting ready for a season, or there's a lot of long hours, a lot of long time, and sometimes you bicker with your teammate, but at the end of the day, like, you have a common goal. As long as you establish a common goal to and that's winning, everyone kind of sees the same path. And we've had some team scuffles and team arguments, team fights, like, we've had that kind of thing, but they usually blow over because we all, at the end of the day, are trying to win. So
you guys are on the same mission, right?
Same mission.
And that's what changes, right? That's what changes for you, the mission itself.
Yeah, because everybody has different goals, but as long as you all have different goals but the same mission, you can achieve, But if everyone has different missions, like, and I go back to it, like, my senior year at St. Francis, I played, my starting 5 was all my best friends. Like, we had grown up together basically, like freshmen in college, and at, our senior year, we were all playing together, and we just had that communication and time and honestly, that sweat equity over 4 years. That was our best year that I was there. It was because we were all together. We were, we took the time to work.
Yeah, and I've met your boys. You flew them in. You flew them in to come get the cut.
I have everybody that lands in New Jersey comes and gets a cut by Lex the Guru. At BigWave. But all my teammates, they were seeing my cuts. Like, bro, like, we're going on TV tomorrow night. Like, let's go get a cut. So we would drive literally 4 hours from Laredo, PA, to Red Bank, New Jersey, and get a haircut from you.
It's actual facts. It's all facts, because you flew out, and next thing you know, they're in my DM saying, "Hey, you just cut Josh. I'm trying to come see you. I need that cut. I need that fresh one. Can you take care of me? I want to feel like Josh. I want to feel great. Can you make me feel great again?" Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll take care of you. Not a problem. As long as Josh says it's okay, I'm all for it.
To be honest with you, bro, we've talked about it all the time, like, and you've said it, like, getting a cut, or, freshening yourself up, like, looking the part half the time is it in sports. So, being able to get that confidence from a cut, or, coming in and, could just add an extra layer to your game that you don't have, like that swagger, you know what I mean? You get that swagger back, but,
That's that big wave cut right there, right? That wave. That's solid wave. And that's how life is, right? We move in waves. What are some of the things that you feel that you need to show the world when it comes to getting on that court? Like, what's the inspiration that gets you to that next level?
To be honest with you, like, I've been chasing a dream. Like, I've been told no so many more times than yes. Like, I maybe have gotten 10 good, reviews, like, from basketball over my career, like, from coaches, or, it's not always, sunshine and rainbows. It really isn't. Like, there's a lot of, like, lonely hours, you don't really realize it, but, I was on the road last year for, like, 7-8 days at a point, and you're in your own hotel room, you're going to practice, you're eating your team meals, and then you're going up, and you're sitting there watching film from 8 o'clock on, and watching other college basketball games. And
dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you're playing, dude, and you're out there scoring, it feels like I'm scoring.
Yeah, bro.
It feels like I'm scoring, because every time you get out there and you drop that bucket, or you go in for a dunk, or you pull back for a fadeaway, you might even turn around and give them an old school hook shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the moments that I feel in my work. It feels like I'm on the court when I'm cutting hair. It feels like I'm getting it done. It feels like I'm scoring my points. I'm making sure that my team wins. Is that similar to how you react on the court?
Oh, 100%. I like, getting, it's I say it all the time. It's a we, not me. Like having a good support system behind you can kind of make or break your career. And having guys like you, my family, friends, like, and I consider you a good friend. And at this point in time, I mean, we've been friends for what, 5 years now.
5 years, man. It's been a while now.
And just it's nice to be able to perform for your people.
Yes, sir. Like I've accommodated other athletes in the professional level. I've cut for the Jets. I've done a few things for them. A couple good friends of mine, and similar experiences. I'm actually looking forward to you going pro. This is a big deal for you. I'm very proud of you and how far you came, and I can't wait to see what you have in store. What's going to happen. We're praying to God that everything works out for you in good health, and I'm looking forward to being a part of your journey, man. And 5 years, man, I think we've done a lot in the last 5 years, especially from you calling me saying, yo, Lex, I need you, and I'm like, yo, Josh, I got a few, but you know what? Don't worry about it. I got you. You're the bro. I got you. Whenever you need me, I told you, when you get there, call me. I'll fly out. Whatever you need, bro. I got you. I'm there. I got to make sure that I'm attending and I'm getting you to where you need to be, because I know at some point you're gonna get yourself to where you need to go. We get to shine together, man.
That's something you talk about all the time with loyalty. I mean, like, as I've grown and as you've grown, we both had a mutual respect. Like, hey, like I know you're busy all day, and I'll be like, yo, Lex, I might not be able to get there, at 3-4 o'clock. You cut me at 7. You'll wait literally to 7 o'clock, cut me, get me right, even after you've done a whole day of clients, and that that's big love. That's much appreciation, and we built a great rapport. I mean,
yes,
it's been really fun being in this barbershop, and we've had, and the cool thing about getting cut by Lex, or even getting cut in the BigWave barbershop in general, like, it's not I always tell people that are going to see you or going to the barbershop, I'm like, it's not going to be a 10-minute thing. It's not going to be a 15-minute thing. It's going to be 45 minutes. You're going to ask, like, how everyone's day is, like, what they're up to, what they're doing. Like, these are good peoples, man. It's always been fun, and that's why I always do, recommend you. And I've had people all the time like, yo, you mind, like, posting this for my business or doing this, that, and the third. And if I don't respect them, I won't, But every single time that anything you ask of me, I always will do, and you've always done the same. So
likewise, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your pops as well, man. Your pops is a big supporter here. Sure. I mean, dude, I come in the shop, he just pops up, drops bagels, milk. I mean, he brings a whole breakfast tray. Says, hey, we love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And it's an amazing thing to see that. Not only that, like, I mean, I remember your dad coming in one night. I was actually closing up, but your game was on, and I had no knowledge because I was busy all day. And your dad walks in. He's like, hey, Lex, you got me? And I'm like, say no more, bro. I got you. Have a seat, bro. Have a seat. Boom, he sits down. He was like, hey, Josh is playing right now. Bet, let's watch it. Boom, I pop it on for him. We're sitting there. We're watching the game. Next thing you know, game's over. Phenomenal game. You did pretty well in that game. And he goes, Lex, thank you for showing up for me, man. Appreciate you. Don't worry, I got something for you on the next go. Next thing you know, not even 24 hours, bro. He comes in, drops off trays of bagels, and he does this for a lot of companies, a lot of businesses.
Yeah, he does, bro.
He does it very well, and he's a genuine guy. And your dad, he's raised a phenomenal son. And like I said, man, God bless you. I appreciate you for.
Yeah, you cut the family, bro.
Yeah, I cut the family, right? I literally cut the whole family.
My cousins, my dad, like me, obviously,
I even cut your cousin from Tennessee, right?
Yeah. You cut my cousin to Tennessee.
Yeah, shout outs to him too. Shout out
Eddie. Yo, Lex, where did you even really start cutting hair?
All right, so where I started cutting hair in my mom's pantry. Literally in my mom's pantry, bro. I've been doing that. I was doing that for about 3 years until I started getting noticed at school. And then all my boys started reaching out to me saying, hey, Lex, can you cut me? So I said, yeah, sure, why not? How much for the cuts? Oh, $3 shape plus $5 haircuts. And I got that from my boy DC. DC is one of the OGs that taught me how to cut. And then I had an opportunity to cut in a professional shop at the age of 12. So I was kind of grandfathered in. And then the gentleman that brought me into the shop had passed away about a year later. So, you know, I'm very grateful for him and for giving me the opportunity, you know, to be in a shop at a very early age and not have a license is kind of a risk factor because, you know, they all go to school, we're licensed, things of that nature. And I just had an opportunity to do something great, and I just followed through with it, man. I migrated. I went to New York for a little while, flew out to Florida for a little while. I was cutting hair out there, kind of just seasoned myself up. And then when I came back to Long Branch, I started working for a shop called Heads Up, owner by the name of Micah Golf, which is where he taught me the craft of flipper over comb, and which is what I do on your haircuts, and that's the reason why you shine the way you shine on that court. You know, this is something that they can't take away from you just as much as your talent, right? They can't take away that talent, that hard work, that hard ethic, that work ethic that you have. It's, you know, what's that line? What's that line that they say?
Hard work beats talent when talent fails work.
Yep, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't show up. I mean, I think you're an example of that.
I think that's like 95% of, you know, doing a good job is just showing up and being attentive and energetic and, you know, connecting with people. Like, I mean, I come in here and I don't even feel uncomfortable for 1 second. I mean, I talk to you, I talk to Joe, we hang out. You know, it's like we're hanging out for 45 minutes. Like, we have a blast. So.
How do you feel when kids come up to you and they say, "Hey, you know, you're my role model"? You know, like, what do you say to the little kids? You know, like if you could say something to the kids right now, what would be your message?
I just would never be a dream killer. You never know who's, you know, what somebody's going to end up and be. You know, I had so many people always tell me that, oh, you're never going to play in college. It doesn't even matter. And like, you know, if you're ever out there, you know, and if you're a kid who's playing basketball or playing any sport or anything like that, you know, you do have a chance. You do have an opportunity. You know, time is a pretty cool thing. You know, and if you wait it out and you're patient, but while being patient, you're also working hard.
Right.
You can really achieve anything.
Achieve anything, right? That's awesome, bro. You got a chance, right? Yeah. But if you get knocked down, you have a chance to get back up.
I feel like every time that like we do a cut or something like that, it just starts evolving. Like, we've gone from, remember when I first came in here, I said no fades, don't want any fades.
Yeah, you didn't want any fades.
Then we started only doing fades.
Yeah, you were old school traditional. Yeah, you were going old school traditional. 1, 2,
3, like, bro. I used to have some bad cuts. I used to have like bangs in my, I was like all messed up. You came here, you gave me that first faux hawk. I was like, all right, well, here we go.
Life changer, right?
Life changer. I look faster, bro. I'm telling you, I actually look faster with shorter hair.
I remember that day. You were like, Lex, I need a cut, man. He's like, don't go in too deep. I just want you to just cut at the surface. He's like, I'm going to a Knicks game tonight. He's like, you want to go? And I'm like, man, I wish I can go, bro. I got to take care of some stuff when I get off of work. You know, but how was that experience for you too, man? Like, I know you engaged with some of the players from the league. How was that experience for you? How does that work for you?
I think it, like, you know, they say don't meet your heroes, you know. But, like, you know, like, NBA guys are just normal people too. Like, it's not anything different. Like, they're all great guys, and I've been in cool circles and been able to hang out with some cool ass dudes. But, you know, you know, everybody, like, that's why, like, from a player's perspective, you have such a different, like, feel of the game. Like, I was watching football this weekend. Somebody's like, oh, how couldn't he catch that? Like, and it was like a back shoulder throw and like in the end zone, and he was getting tackled by somebody. I'm like, bro, you couldn't dream of doing that. And then it's just a different perspective. And then you meet these humans in real life, and they make mistakes. Like, they, you know, it takes time. Like, not everyone's gonna be at the top of their game, you know. And you know, that's something I really learned in like college and going pro and stuff like that. Like, when you're at the top of your game, like, you better take care of everybody else, because the second that you're not, you know, nobody wants to be around somebody who's a jerk. Like, nobody wants to be around somebody who's a dick. Like, they want to be around good people. So if you do have your bad nights, like, you know, they're still going to back you. But if you're a dick or you're a jerk to people, you don't treat people right, like, the second you do bad, like, they're going to jump on you. So, and I've seen that all the time with pro athletes. Like, they'll just say something on TV or talk to somebody like a certain way at a restaurant, and then, you know, nobody's really rooting for you, bro. I mean, everyone respects you, but no one's really truly rooting for you.
Now, is that the money carrying the ego?
I don't even think so at this point. I think some guys don't even look at the money. They really look at the stats and what they're doing, and money can get to people, obviously, but But if you stay to who you are, money can't change you.
Now, once you get to that point, right? Because you're literally on the brink of touching greatness. What do you plan on doing with your greatness? What do you plan on doing with your financials and setting yourself up for the future?
No, I obviously have like financial managers and stuff like that to take care of me for the long run, but the short run, like I love doing like little things and community events and do like free basketball clinics, stuff like that. Like I'd love to give back, and help out the community.
Right. Yeah, because it was also done the way you used to do it, right?
Throughout my career, I've done a bunch of community events and a bunch of service, and it's fun. And, being a Christian, like that just goes to a different level. Like it's a part of your job and duty. It's not even just an extension of who you are.
Amen to that. I got a real good question for you, and I probably never asked you this before. I know for a fact I didn't ever ask you this before, but who is your top 3 best centers in the league?
Now?
I mean right now.
All time.
Oh, you know what? Let's all time.
All right, all time. You got to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem, okay.
I think you got to go Bill Russell just for the history behind it. Like, everyone's like, I hate that argument of like error or who did this or what. Like everyone did with what they had. Michael Jordan couldn't have played in 2015. Like he played in the 90s. Like he kicked butt in the 90s. Like he dominated his era. So you got to give it to Bill Russell. He dominated his era. And then I think you got to go Nikola Jokic.
You like Jokic?
What he's doing right now has never really been done before. So he's got a ring. He's got MVPs. He's got the stats. He's got his teammates love him. He's a good person on and off the court. So that's my top 3.
That's your top 3.
Kareem, Bill, and Jokic.
And who motivated you out of those players? Which one is your top tier player?
I've always followed Nikola Jokic. They called him Big Fat White Kid, and they kind of called me a Big Fat White Kid too. So, it was really fun to watch him grow throughout his career, change his body, the way his mind works, his IQ, the way he sees the game, sees the floor. It's just at a different level. He's doing everything so fast, and his decision making so fast. So to be able to model your game after somebody like that is pretty cool and special. So.
No, and that's amazing. That's progressive because I've seen you grow from, we're talking 5 years ago, right? So, you were at a heavier weight class. I've seen you fluctuate your weight, and I've seen you perform.
I dropped 40 pounds last year.
40 pounds, wow.
Yeah, I went to USC and I was 260 pounds, and my coach was like, all right, you have to be 230 pounds or less. And you have to run a sub-6 mile by the end of the summer.
Sheesh.
At the time, I ran a 7:15 mile. So I trained every day, for this mile and for this, weight testing. And, credit to this guy, Andre Carrera, really changed my life and changed my diet and changed the way I thought about food and the way that I thought about my training.
So he's your nutritionist?
He's not really my nutritionist. He's just my life in general, Coach Andre. He does everything. He's the head strength coach right now at USC. Has become like a brother to me, and I ended up by the end of the year running a 5:55 mile and being 219 pounds in 3 months. So, didn't too bad.
Shout outs to him, man. Shout outs to him. Hey, Josh, I got something to show you, bro. This Slick Gorilla light work, solid, bro. Check that out. Ooh. Can't go wrong with that.
See in the mirror, bro.
You want to see in the mirror? Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there.
See it in.
Let me show you what I'm working with.
Is that like a paste or what is that like?
This is a matte Slick Gorilla Lightwork. So it's a medium hold, gives you a dry matte feel, creates volume and sharp texturization.
All right.
And we also carry this in store. Also available on Amazon. But you could definitely get it here because we carry it.
It's fine, bro. Not the cop one, bro.
Check out the volume. Josh, what do you think, Josh?
Come on, bro. How many times?
As always, right?
This is
we don't even need a mirror. We don't even need a mirror, right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, always, man. I appreciate you, and God bless you.
Thanks for having me on, baby.
Appreciate you as always, man. I wish you the best.
Life, bro.
Always. Can't wait to fly out. Can't wait to fly out and show them what you made of, right?
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.